Guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing the plan with me for June 8th through June 14th. And we are starting off with my sticker a day. So, we've got Donald Duck Day. Let's see if I can remember what all these are for. Iced Tea Day, without cheating, of course. Corn on the Cob Day. I believe that was Red Rose Day. It's Pigeon Day, or Pigeon Appreciation Day, or something like that. And Flag Day. We've also got a couple birthdays this week, but, yeah. So, getting into the week, I am updating my sidebar. My bosses were kind enough to let us go at 3:45 on Friday, so that was fun. And then weighing this week. For some reason, I decided to weigh myself more than once. I did it 3 times and was very, very shocked to see what was on the scale for Friday. Yeah, so I lost a significant amount of weight. So, but getting into my bad days. So, Monday. I could not wake up on Monday. Just couldn't do it. Was very sluggish that morning. Got a lot done, but still, could not fully wake up. So, there was that. And then I put that I was happy and that all is well. If you'll remember, was it last week that I... Yes. So, last week, received a call from my coworker. There was a problem with one of my closings regarding money. Friday, called the guy. He was out of the office. By Monday morning, everything was taken care of. Everything was good. So there was that. Money was sent to us. We zeroed out. Everything was good. I had Sonic for lunch, and I got it for $2. First of all, I love when fast food apps offer rewards and that you can stack them on top of just regular coupons. So, I got a half price drink and a $2 hot dog, and that's what I had for lunch that day, and it was just enough. But that afternoon, to kind of wake myself up more, I made myself some Earl Grey. And I got a text from my mom that I got some happy mail because she went to the post office. And then earlier in the week, I decided that I wanted to cook a couple of times. So I came home and I marinated a sirloin steak that I cooked on Tuesday. And then I cooked dinner and I made salmon. I did it in a pan. And yeah, it was really good. I had my shower. I went to bed and, well, I caught up on some YouTube streams. And then I went to bed by 8, and my special thing was that I got my Coffee Monsters Co. order. And moving on to Tuesday, I made a lot of calls Tuesday morning. Lots of calls. Scheduling things, needing information, stuff like that. Had some closings that I needed to get ready. Closings that were actually further out, and you'll see I had 2 this week. I already have 3 scheduled for next week. If you'll excuse me a second, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Why did I just paid attention to what was on the screen. Why did I peel that up so slowly? I don't know. But anyways, but I ended up, I put down that I needed to be super productive because when you make phone calls, sometimes people like to keep you on the phone. And because they like to keep you on the phone, you lose work time. So I had to hustle to make sure that I was still on track for that day. I'm trying to be better at work. I'm coming up with ways to like organize things and keep myself on task and not get too sidetracked by other things going on with my files. And then I had leftovers for lunch. The leftovers I had was not leftover salmon because, Jesus Christ, do not take leftover seafood to work and heat it up because it will smell the whole place up. I had made a box of pastaroni and we had just enough for me to have for lunch the next day, so that's what I ate. I kept trying to get with one of the attorneys, but he had so many people coming in, his door was closed every single time I went over to the main building, and it was frustrating. And then right before I left, and I mean right before I left for the day, like 4:55, I get an email from a realtor saying, "Hey, the real estate commission is wrong for our closing tomorrow at 10:30." Yeah. So, uh got to leave with that on the brain. And then I came home and I cooked dinner and I did the steak. We also did roasted zucchini, yellow squash, and onion with parmesan on top. It was delicious. And then I found out that Michael was on Prime. So what do you think I did that night? Yeah, I watched Michael. I had to change my pod and I went to bed by 7:30, and I'm marking down that I am reading again. Um don't know if you've seen the post on any of my social media, but I will be actually going and physically reading a book. I'm going to set aside an hour so when I come into my room for bed, it's not necessarily for bed, I will be reading. So, stay tuned to see how long it takes me to finish my book. Have I read since Tuesday? No. Um, but that's okay. And then on Wednesday, I marked down the mistake to fix, which was the real estate commission for my closing. Got that figured out fairly easy, but the one attorney I work for, he acted like it was the absolute end of the world, that it was wrong. And I mean, it is what it is. And then I had more leftovers, and I did have steak and veggies for lunch. And then I marked down, oh, look, more problems, because I got a call from a bank that was like, hey, this thing that you fixed, it's still not completely fixed because you flipped some numbers. Can you fix it? And I marked that it all worked out. It was an easy fix, and um, I believe I was told it was a complete waste of time. So, yeah. And not in a you're now wasting your time. It was just a complete waste of time. I didn't have any dinner that night. I wasn't hungry because the steak and the veggies were very filling. I took my shower, and then my Ferris wheel press pen that I used last week. The I apparently wasn't pressing the cartridge down hard enough, so it wasn't like making a good connection. So I would just be randomly writing, and then you could shake it and hear it like flopping around in there. So I think I fixed that. I think I figured out how to get that, and that's me checking because I have it right here with me. Because I was updating some stuff and I needed it, but I went to bed at 6:30 that night, and I mean I actually went to bed and I slept. I slept hard. So moving on to Thursday, I changed my Dexcom first thing. It actually quote unquote expired on Wednesday, but I had like 12 hours um, of a grace period, so I just kept it on for the 12 hours. And I was really, really anxious that morning um, because, yeah, I'm not going to get into why I was anxious. I know why I was anxious, and it was not fun. I just know my stomach was hurting. And then my mom came to have lunch, and she had made cheesy chicken and spaghetti. You may also know it as chicken tetrazzini or whatever. She made that, and she brought that for lunch, so we didn't eat any fast food or go to one of the local restaurants. And whatever I was anxious about worked out really well, so I was very happy about that. And I marked that I had a really good day because it was it's the first time in a very, very long time that like I actually had a really good day where I felt like I accomplished everything and got stuff done and didn't get in trouble or mess anything up. So, uh, came home, had ramen for dinner, and it wasn't really ramen. I don't know what to call it, but my mom found it. Anyways, I don't even remember the name of it. I just know that it was really good. Um, and so next time I go to Walmart, I will be purchasing more. I washed my hair, and then I did a little bit of online shopping with my mom. She bought me a couple of shirts, blouses for work, if you will. And then I went to bed at 8:30 because that's how long it took us to shop. And then look at that, Friday. Totally missed that footage. But anyways, I'm going to go through it real fast because look at that, I'm coming to the end. So I've got 3 days to go through. Can we do it? Let's see. Okay. So, I marked my way. I had a closing at 9 o'clock, and then I was running around like crazy to finish that out. I had donuts for lunch because somebody brought donuts, and I wasn't really hungry, but I had a donut, so. And then I had a migraine, and my sugar went low because too much insulin. My nephew came home. I had some me time. We played Go Fish. I changed my pot, and then I went to bed, and I came home and made stickers. That was my special thing. Saturday, I was up by 11. I did some journaling. I hung out with my nephew. I took an early bubble bath. Don't know why, just felt like it. We had hamburgers for dinner. It was very good. We watched Michael. So I watched it twice in 1 week. I filmed and edited, did a YouTube binge, and I went to bed by 3. And then Sunday, and we're right there at it. Okay, so, real quick. Up by 8, litter and trash, folded clothes, changed my sheets. No, I didn't. Filmed and edited. What I'm doing right now, gonna have leftovers. Maddie is not going to his mom's, but I marked it down, had my everything shower, went to bed by 8 o'clock. And there we go. So, I'm going to tell you to have a good day, a good week. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!